They expect to continue with virtual public hearings as well as offering in-person testimony. The biggest and the most expensive one, well, that's question 1, and that's a citizens initiative that's asking if you want to ban the CMP corridor. It also sends it to the legislature where it needs a 2/3 majority vote. You can hear and see the people behind me who are protesting. Maine's vaccine mandate for healthcare workers that starts October 1st. From gas to groceries, rising costs have made it challenging for many Mainers to afford essential items. The number of visitors coming to the park is only growing. This summer, they've already seen record numbers, and the season isn't over yet. First and foremost, what are some of the most important things people should know that have received that Johnson & Johnson vaccine already? All University of Maine students and employees who are fully vaccinated by August 20th will not have to be tested for COVID-19.
Gone down a bit for the Celtics, starting at $600 if you want to get it.
There you go. We can, if we leave right now, we can make it.
Giddy up. Let's go to
just,
commercial right now.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it for tonight, everybody.
Let's just say there's probably a reason Ken Burns said national parks were America's best idea. This is a difficult time for the town of Lincoln. People we've spoken to in the area say this is a very tight-knit community. My lovely producers and the team here at Channel 5 learned today that I have never tried Moxie before, so they so graciously brought a can for me and would like me to try it now on live television for all of you to experience. So here we go. There's a viral social media star living right in Herman. They have no indication that he could still be in the river. He could be somewhere around the area. Granola bar and a good book.
Exactly.
What more do you need?
Not much. Maybe
Exactly.
a good forecast. I
Good
could take
forecast.
that.
Today, I'm a fan of. Big fan of today.
The concerns were emergency vehicles. We've had a number of fires under that area, and so we were concerned that as more snow and ice built up that we would not be able to access that area for life-saving emergency services.
Anyone living under the I-395 overpass in Bangor was notified they would need to relocate by 6 p.m. Tuesday.
They just said, December 1st. That's all they give you. They're coming down December 1st. Make sure by 8 o'clock in the morning all your stuff's out.
Assistant City Manager Courtney O'Donnell says they're aware of roughly 170 people living outside in Bangor. That does not include those in homeless shelters or the Hope House.
We have been working to coordinate with other community partners to provide as many services as possible. People are being housed, albeit slowly, given the current state of the market. After the roughly 25 to 30 people who were living here alongside the Penobscot River relocated, the city of Bangor spent most of Wednesday clearing the debris they left behind.
It's been a good morning. We've had no issues down here at all. The individuals down here have been cooperative with us, been cooperative with the crews, and have allowed the public works crew to be able to do what they need to do to get the site cleaned up.
O'Donnell says they sent in caseworkers and navigators to help people with next steps. She says they aren't telling people where to go, but they are suggesting places like the encampment behind the Hope House or getting a bus ticket to relocate with family. Robert Cody says that's not always an option.
You can't get in them. You're on a waiting list. If you went homeless right now, who knows how far back on that list you'll be. And I guess I know a few people have actually been able to get hotel vouchers and stuff. I don't know how many of those they're going to give up. Well, not everybody has family other places they can go, so what do you do for them?
O'Donnell says there's no easy answer, but they will continue working with community partners. Cody says he's not sure what's next.
It would have been nice for people like us that, we're helping clean up and keep it nice down there to actually have a place to stay. I don't know. One day at a time.
Allegra Zamore, WABI TV 5 News, Bangor.
Approach 336 through 340. 336.
When you ask anyone about Mainers, a few words come to mind.
Mainers are so resilient, just a hardy bunch.
They're tough.
Despite a year of uncertainty and snow in the forecast, that toughness came through Saturday at the 54th annual Kenduskeag Extreme Canoe Race.
3, 2, 1, go!
People we spoke to were mostly happy to be a part of the action.
My usual partner wasn't able to make it, so my wife graciously decided to step in and take his place this year.
And how are you feeling about that decision?
Not great.
Worst weather, the best stories.
While 6 Mile Falls is typically a spot where racers end up in the stream, low water levels presented a new challenge this year.
It was bumpy, very bumpy.
Sloppy, cold. They put a lot of extra rocks in the river this year. Yeah. We left a lot of paint on it.
It was very low, but actually fun. You know, there's a lot of rock dodging and everything, but it wasn't anywhere near as slow as I thought it would be.
The race saw masks and staggered starts due to the pandemic, but Tim Bowdy with Bangor Parks and Rec says some things might carry over to next year.
We're looking at early registration to have everybody knowing their boat numbers early, and then maybe more showing up at later times so we don't have 400 or 500 boats sitting here with people climbing over them.
Bucky Owen is in his mid-80s and completed his 50th canoe race.
50! No, you're not!
He says the race is a rite of spring in Maine.
Been inside for so long, so this is a great way to get out, see people we haven't seen for a year now.
And as with a lot of stuff in 2020, people missed out on a lot, so to give some normalcy back to them is great.
Allegra Zamore, WABI TV 5 News, Bangor.